Rakesh Sinha, I want to come to you first. Let's look at what the Congress is saying. They're calling this humiliation, insult, intimidation. They're saying you're trying to divert people's attention from price rise. They had a big satyagraha happening on the 5th of August. And before that, you are trying to put the Congress party on the mat because you have no answers to the question of price rise. Rakesh Sinha, your first response to that big press conference by the Congress leadership.
As far as price rise is concerned, I was in the Rajya Sabha. Yes. When the finance minister was responding, hardly few congressmen were present in the house. They saw the gravity for which they fought 10 days and disrupted the house, at particularly Rajya Sabha. But I am not discussing that point. Here it is the question of investigation of a corruption charge. Nobody can deny and Congress can't deny because this is under the High Court. And during the investigation, other agencies came. It is CBI, it is ED, or other agencies might come. In that regard, they have their own timetable. There is no rule, there is no constitutional provision that if I am a politician or a minister or a former prime minister or a party president, then I have immunity from any investigation because parliament is in session, because I am a politician. There can't be two rules. Financial irregularities is a financial irregularity, whether you are a king or a common man. Therefore, I consider that such allegations are just to divert the attention from the genuine corruption charges. I am giving you how Congress, degradation of the index of the Congress. On 16 December 1957, an LIC Mudra case, none other than Rahul Gandhi raised the issue in the parliament when his father-in-law was Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and T.T. Krishnachari was the finance minister. He was very close to Nehru. He was a member of the Constituent Assembly. He was a member of the drafting committee. But when the corruption charges came, nobody said that because he was the member of the Constituent Assembly, because he was the member of the draft committee, because he's close to Nehru, so it should not be raised. Ram Subhag Singh, a simple member of the Congress party, MP, grilled the finance minister in the presence of Pandit Nehru. Ultimately, Krishnachari had resigned. Mudra was arrested, was a big businessman. Therefore, we have...
No, but that's what the Congress will say will not happen. Can you, for example, stand up and grill Prime Minister Modi on any issue? They'll say that's how India has changed between the India run by the Congress under Nehru and what's happening at this moment. Could you foresee a situation where you stand up on any issue where you disagree with the government and grill the Prime Minister of the day?
No, you are asking to me?
Yes, I am, Rakesh.
No, I'm just giving the answer that Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are not the first politicians. That is the example. Lalu Yadav has been for a long time in prison. Many politicians have been arrested. You know why people have mistrust or a trust deficit, because they know that if politicians would be involved in any scandal and scam, they would get some kind of informal immunity. Now people have faith that if you are indulged in corruption, charges are grave that you have taken the public money, you act as a dacoit or a plunderer, then law would not.
Now you make an important point, and I'll put that question to Rashid Kidwai. This broad sense of informal immunity, that a charge could be pressed against you, whether you're an Amar Singh or a Mulayam Singh under a UP or anybody else for that matter, but it will never really be taken to its logical conclusion. They'll hang the sword of Damocles over your neck, but not really go the full extent. Now the BJP is saying the ED is going out and taking this case to its logical conclusion, and just because they are Congress leaders or opposition leaders doesn't mean that they have immunity. They need to answer. For example, why does Young Indian do no charity if it's registered as a charity?
Absolutely, Rahul. Law must apply to all in terms of the political system that we have. We know that the entire political system, in one way of looking at it, realistically speaking, is extremely corrupt, because we have a poll expenses ceiling of 50 lakh rupees in state assembly elections and 70-75 lakhs in parliament. And me and you, Rahul, know that people spend 5 times, 10 times more. So the whole idea of corruption is not confined to the opposition. What we are seeing in last many months and years is that only people who were caught with money, cash, all kind of things, they should be punished. They should be taken to task. All these things are should be as per law. Everything should happen. but nothing is happening to the ruling class or the allies or even those tainted people who switch sides. Now this, according to me, is bizarre. This is not a spirit of law. This is not a spirit of a constitutional democracy we have.
So I'll ask that question to Rakesh in just a moment. But before that, let me ask Rohan Gupta about the fact that the Congress is crying itself hoarse. The ED says this is just temporary action, it's not permanent. It happened because when Mallikarjun Kharge went there and they wanted to get into the Young Indian office and search it, he wasn't being cooperative, and therefore it's been temporarily seized, and the Congress ought to allow the investigating agency to do its job, Rohan, and not interfere and not make this seem political.
Rahul, this is absolutely wrong, and Mallikarjun Kharge he has critically told that this is not what has happened. See, issue is not here about ED's action against Congress leaders or anybody. Issue is about ED's selective action against the opposition leaders. Rahul, you know the whole case. I also know the whole case. There are 8 years, there are documents in public domain, whether it is income tax returns or all other statutory filings. If there is something, anything which is wrongdoing or something which is done wrong on part of Congress party or leaders, do you feel that BJP would have waited for 8 years? See, there are different agencies. There is CBI, there is ED, there is income tax. Every agency has a different role. If you find that there is an issue related to income tax, let them investigate. We don't understand even till now how it becomes a matter of ED where there is no money involved. There is no transfer of asset, there is no transfer of money. Then how the ED comes in role? And I'll give you 10 such examples, Rahul, where ED should have acted, like cases of Hemanta Biswa Sharma or Yedurappa or Ishwarappa or Somen Mitra or Mukul Roy or Narayan Rane, where these are clear-cut cases of money laundering and where ED has not acted at all. So our question
let
is
Rakesh Sinha respond to it.
The
The fact that when somebody joins the BJP or those who've been in the BJP and have corruption charges against them, Yedurappa is one example, Hemanta Biswa Sharma is one example, Narayan Rane is another. No action seems to be taken. All of what you're saying about government agencies would be correct if both government members and opposition members were in equal trouble, especially those who have charges against them. Take the Narda scam, for example. Charges against multiple people. When someone like a Suvendu Adhikari joins the BJP, no action is subsequently taken against him. All the action happens prior to him joining the BJP.
There are two dimensions of the arguments. One is that why actions against the only opposition parties. This means suo motu they agree that there are corruption charges against the opposition parties.
No, what about Hemanta Sharma? What about Yedurappa? What about Narayan Rane? What about Suvendu Adhikari?
I'm coming to that. You know the Partha's girlfriend, Arpita, had crores of rupees at her home. In Jharkhand, you have seen that IS officer was arrested for 20 crores at her home or someone, her chartered accountant's home.
But if you don't rate someone like a Narayan Rane, you don't know what he has.
No, if you
don't rate Suvendu Adhikari, you don't know what he has.
If you have a concrete charge, you file the PIL, go to the court. If you feel that government is discriminating, if you feel that the agencies are not...
No, why should it be upon the person who's feeling discriminated? Why can't the agencies do their job?
You just said that if you are slapping a criminal five slaps, then you also slap a simple man.
I'm not. I'm taking, for example, a case like Narda, where the same charge was levelled against multiple members of the Trinamool Congress, some of whom have been acted against and are in jail at this moment. Others are happily sitting and levelling charges of corruption against members of the Trinamool. They were in the Trinamool when that same charge was levelled. Either the charge is true or it's not true. If it's not true, it's not true for all. If it's true for all. There can't be discriminatory action.
Let me complete. You know, some people who have joined the BJP, as you are accusing, their cases are in the court. And sometimes 90%.
So this case was also in the court. This case was also in the court.
In 90% cases, it is the court's direction that ED and others can. ED takes so much action in very few cases when it finds the concrete evidence. Here, National Herald case. Do you think that National Herald was not deconstructed by plundering money? Who had taken the money? BJP or common man? It was your property. It was a public. It was your money created by the Jawaharlal Nehru. 1938, the National Herald was created, and you plundered it. You finished it.
No, but there are several questions, Rohan Gupta, which the Congress leadership seems to be unable to explain. The fact that they keep blaming Motilal Vora, the former treasurer. Now that's very convenient. If I have signed on some property agreements or financial papers, and if it's been done in my name, I need to know what has happened. I can't say my chartered accountant did it, I don't know, Motilal Vora did it, I don't know. That is simply unacceptable under law.
Rahul, whatever we are commenting here, what you are saying are on secondary sources. We don't know. Like 50 hours of questioning has been done. Even Sonia ji have gone to ED for number of times. So, see, whatever answers they had, if ED finds that if they are not correct, we cannot decide that in public debate. This
But I'm asking you a simple question. How can Sonia and Rahul Gandhi or the Congress leadership get away by saying, we don't know what happened in the Herald House papers or in the Young Indian papers, because these decisions were taken by Oscar Fernandez and Motilal Vora. Boss, you're on those papers, you are the majority stakeholder, you are saying you don't know what happened in your name.
If somebody is asked questions for 50 hours, do you feel that he has not answered any question? Come on, that's not
I'm
the
not
fact.
saying that. I'm asking you a straight question which you're dodging and evading. How can Rahul and Sonia Gandhi get away by saying that they don't know what happened? Motilal Vora took all the decisions. If my chartered accountant takes a decision, I know what he's doing because he's doing it in my name. I can't get away by saying, "Mujhe nahi malum mere CA ne kya kiya."
Rahul, give me 30 seconds. I have just one question.
उनको 3-4 दिन बुलाया गया है. They have answered all the questions, and if ED doesn't find them satisfactory, they are definitely open.
Rohan, how do we know that they have answered all the questions? Rohan, how do we know? No, have Rahul and Sonia have briefed you and the party that they have answered all the questions? In fact,
Okay, both don't speak at the same time, please. One at a time, don't try and make noise. Try and make sense, one at a time. Let Rakesh make his point, and then I'll go to Rohan for a counter.
Look, you are telling that they have answered all the questions. I am really surprised. A person who served the Congress lifelong, Motilal Vora, he was a senior member of the Congress, one of the, in the post-independent India, he has been consistent to the Congress line. He had never left the Congress. Even at the crisis of Indira Gandhi regime, Sonia Gandhi regime or Rajiv Gandhi regime. That person is now being blamed who is no more in this earth. I think he is
Gupta is asking, how do you, Sinha Saab, know that they are blaming Motilal Vora? Who's telling you that?
You go and ask the journalists. You go and ask the journalists, those who are covering Madhya Pradesh and Congress party, they would watch that Motilal Vora was very honest in the man of integrity. You are blaming that person.
Okay, Rohan Gupta, final words, I'm out of time.
Rahul, it's very clear BJP MP could not answer that why there are no cases against people who have led Congress and joined BJP. Let me ask him one question. Give me names of 5 BJP leaders out of 5,422 cases which BJP has filed during their tenure who are in BJP or who have joined BJP. Not even a single leader. So this cannot happen. You cannot use agencies selectively against the opposition. We will keep on raising our voice against price rise. We'll keep on raising our voice against GST. Come what may, we are not afraid of BJP. Let them misuse the agency. We'll keep on fighting for people. 5th August is the big day where we are going to organize.
I'm out of time. What's very clear is this. If Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi have committed a crime in the manner in which those assets were transferred from the Congress party to Young Indian, they need to answer for it. Similarly, if there are charges against people who are currently in the BJP, agencies need to look at those cases equally seriously. It cannot be that you gun after everybody in the opposition and suddenly not decide to act and find some reason or the other not to act against those who are in the BJP and then change your mind. If somebody came to the BJP, left and went elsewhere, then suddenly he's brought in the crosshairs again. This is deeply problematic, but we'll track this story. The opposition wants to up the ante on this, the government holding firm. Rakesh Sinha, Rashid Kidwai, Rohan Gupta for joining me on the Newstrack. Thank you.